Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and it's Flex Friday. We're excited for the slate today. We're going to get into NBA picks. We've got 7 games on board since the Warriors game was postponed once again. But before we get into our plays, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. They're going to match what you put on. So if you deposit the whole 100, you'll get 200 to play with. Just put that code at the bottom of the screen in, and they will hook you up with that deal. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll want notifications on because these plays move quick on us. We got a lot of really good value last night, especially with Jordy's Porzingis pick. That got removed like 30 minutes after the video got posted, and they bumped it up quite a bit. So if you want to jump on these plays early, just make sure the notifications are on as well. And if you guys don't mind liking the video, it's been awesome. The channel's growing so fast. We can't thank you guys enough. And it really just comes down to the likes, because that really pushes us into the algorithm, gets us in front of a larger audience. So we really appreciate that, guys. If you like our channel and you appreciate the content, if you don't mind just hitting that like button, it's a huge help to us. So the plays we're going to be getting into for today on the Daily Show, I'm going to be taking CJ McCollum over 33.5 fantasy score. And I'm going to be going with Yusuf Nurkic in the same game over 10.5 rebounds. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm going to be going with Derek White for over 13 points and Nicholas Batum for over 1 turnover. So 0.5 over.
All right. Well, before we break this all down, we want to talk a little bit about Chalkboard. I know a lot of you viewers have been getting into Chalkboard, as we have been. We partnered up with them, and it's a really fun platform. If you haven't checked it out yet, you should definitely check it out. It's similar to Sleeper. There's no flex plays. You have to hit everything to cash your slip, but that's just because they let you create your own lines, which is awesome. One of the plays I'm going to talk to you about today on Chalkboard, I'm actually cranking it all the way up to the max, and that's Grayson Allen. I posted it in the community section of our YouTube channel if you want to check it out, but you can get like 3.2x on Grayson Allen's play if you take his PRA over 23.5. That's what I'm doing today. It's set at 19.5 most places, but we just saw him go for 40. He hit 9 3-pointers. So I'm going to be taking that PRA on Chalkboard over 23.5, just because that's as high as that would let me take it. And they give me 3.2x for that play alone. So really excited for that. If you want to try Chalkboard, they'll double your first deposit. If you just use code BACKDOOR, they'll match it all the way up to $100. So 100 gets you 200, just like Prize Picks. You just use code BACKDOOR, and there is a link in the description of the video. And we're going to be incorporating Chalkboard more and more. We're just figuring out how we want to do that exactly, because they don't have a desktop version yet. And if you haven't joined Chalkboard yet, I just want to let you know, right now it's iOS only. They're finishing up the final details of the Android version that's supposed to be released soon, and they're going to have a desktop version coming soon after that. But we're having a blast with it, and definitely if you're interested in somewhat of a dart throw, that Grayson Allen PRA over 23.5 for 3.2x, I'm rolling that in a bunch of slips today, because you can make a smaller slip that you can get to 100x on 5 picks on Chalkboard right now with plays like that. So just wanted to, people were asking me to feature more Chalkboard plays, and we're figuring out exactly how to do that. But that Grayson Allen play is the play for me today. But all right, so let's get into these breakdowns. So CJ McCollum, we'll start there at a 33.5 fantasy score. It's hard for me to take this one just because I'm a Suns fan, but I really just think this is a good play. I thought about taking his blocks and steals, but he's got a great matchup for just scoring in general. So Outlier is the app that I'm on right now. This is the best, in my opinion, the best statistical analysis app on the market. And if you want to check this out, you can get a 7-day free trial at the link in the description of the video. We partnered up with them as well, and they're giving all of our viewers 7 days to try out their app, see how you like it. But if we look at this matchup on PRA, since they don't have fantasy score, the Suns are 13th in points allowed, 26th in rebounds allowed, 25th in assists allowed to shooting guards. They're a little bit tighter, believe it or not, on blocks and steals to shooting guards, but the Suns have been turning the ball over a lot. So that's why I'm taking this fantasy score. And he's pretty good on defense. You can see here, he's only had one game in the last 10 games where he didn't get at least one block or steal. So he's pretty active. He's a good defender. If you're familiar with CJ McCollum, you know, he's a very talented basketball player. But I want to take his fantasy score overall because with the fantasy score, you're getting 1.2 points per rebound, 1.5 per assist, and you get 3 points for every block, 3 points for every steal. So I'm going to take that for over, what was it set at, 33.5? Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. Let's take a look at this over-under. We got a 238 over-under with the Pelicans favored by 2. This should be a good game. The Suns are starting to put it together a little bit. We were talking about Grayson Allen. I think that the Suns have just been, you know, like a few steps away from figuring this thing out lately. So I think we have a good game. Both of these teams are kind of in similar positions, still figuring out their rotations and kind of finding regular rotations that work for them. And as a big Suns fan, I'm gonna be bummed to see McCollum do well, but I think he's gonna do well in this matchup. If we hop over to Daily Grind, they've got his fantasy score as the top play for him right now, with a 53.38 odds to hit the over. And we're actually getting it for a deal on Prize Picks right now because most other odds makers have this up well over 34 is where they have the line set. So the other odds makers have it favored to the under slightly because they have it at a higher mark than Prize Picks does. But yeah, I'm feeling good about this play. And my next play, I'm going to be going same game, Yusuf Nurkic. I like him to go over 10.5 rebounds. He can be a little bit streaky, but I think he'll be able to get this done. We just talked about the over-under in this game, so I'll just jump right into his stats here. If we look at what he's been doing lately, he's gone over this 6 out of his last 10 games. But these more recent games, he's been really getting it done. He had that game against Memphis where he went for 19. We had that weird situation with the Clippers where the Clippers go small ball, and then Vogel was kind of forced to run with that stealth rotation he's been running with KD at the 5. So Nurkic didn't get as many minutes in that, went down to 21 minutes. But when he's getting at least up closer to 30 minutes, he's getting this done. And we can kind of see like a little bit of a trend here, 12, 13, 15 in his last games, his last 3. And we've got a good matchup, 24th in rebounds allowed. So I don't really see a reason why he wouldn't be getting at least that 25, 26 minute mark. So yeah, I don't think that we're going to have any issues with him not getting his minutes tonight with Larry Nance and Valanciunas. They're both reasonably big players that aren't going to be moving the ball too quick, where the Suns are forced to take that different rotation with KD at the 5. But yeah, bottom line, I feel good about this play. It is juiced to go under, to be honest with you guys. On Daily Grind, they have it at a 51.57% odds to hit the under at a -124. And most of these odds makers, some of them actually, it looks like DraftKings has it favored to go over. FanDuel has it at a 50-50. I don't really care, to be honest, like what the odds are saying on this one. 10.5 is really low for Nurk. For someone who can grab, we've seen him go over 20 in a game. He just had 19 in that game against Memphis. So I'm going to be rolling him at 10.5 for the over. What do you got for us, Jordy?
Yeah, man. So to get into my plays here, I'm going to be going with this Derek White points prop to begin with. I feel really good about this one. This did move on me by half a point, but I still feel good about it. It was juiced all the way up past like 55% to go over on Daily Grind, to go over 13, but or to go over 12.5. But I like it at 13. I mean, even a push, in a 6-man wouldn't break you. This is Flex Friday, so a lot of you should be playing 6-mans. But I think he's going to go over 13. It's about a 50-50 now for him to go over 13, but it's a -118. But the matchup is pretty good for him. If we look at points allowed here to shooting guards, I mean, it's going to be a tough game, right? But that's the games that he plays really good in. You can see over his last 20 games, he's only gone under this 15 or 5 times out of the last 20 games. So he's gone over this 15 times, and he's only pushed this line twice. If not, he just goes over it or goes under it. But I like him to go over 13. You know, it's going to be a competitive game against Denver. If you look at the over-under on this game, it's a 234 with Boston favored by 7. So I think it's going to be a fun game. I definitely want pieces of this game for sure. And I feel pretty good about this one, you know, just with how he's done this in the past and the matchup. So I think all these guys are going to get over 35 minutes plus tonight. And it's going to be a fun competitive game as long as there's not a blowout one way or the other. And then my last play here, this Nicholas Batum turnovers. I feel really good about this one. He's turned the ball over a lot, and this is a tough matchup. Orlando's second in forced turnovers. They're forcing 14.8 a game, which is very impressive. And Batum kind of gets lousy with the ball sometimes. I was telling Russo about this actually a couple months ago. I was like, I like Batum a lot, but he just has like costly turnovers at the wrong times. So with how many minutes he's been getting, I like this to go over just for 1, and he's been going for 1 and 2 over the last 10 games. Over the last 20 games, he's gone over this 11 times, so pretty good odds to hit on this one. Daily Grind has this one juiced up at a 53.4% chance, minus 136. I know this play is pretty popular right now, but I just feel really good about it because of, you know, what I've seen Batum do. So I feel good about this one. This game, it's over under is a 223 over under, pretty low scoring game with a 5-point spread in favor of Philly. So I really like this one to go over as well, and that's the 2 I've got, man.
All right. All right. Had to clear my voice for a second. I think I'm at like 90% now, back healthy.
Yeah,
just got like that little slight lingering, you know. But yeah, guys, that's the 4 we're rolling with for Flex Friday. We're about to do a live Flex Friday voice chat in our Discord. If you want to check out our Discord, there's a link in the description of the video. It works out to be something like 50 cents a day. We just have the paywall to keep the trolls out and to keep the chat rooms from getting spammed. We just like to keep it clean in there as far as like organized. We've got like a section for all the different types of plays. We've got a spot to share your plays and share slips. And we've got a voice chat that we jump into on Fridays. We do live builds, and we use all of our same tools. We use Daily Grind and Outlier, and we just spend, I mean, we're usually in there for about 45 minutes or so, just talking plays. We have 2 more analysts besides Jordy and I that are in there, and we all just build out together and try to take our best shot at hitting a 6-man on Flex Friday since it's protected. So we'll be in there. And if you want to check out the tools from Daily Grind, they are our partner, and they're giving all of our viewers 25% off of any of their tools. They make really good fantasy tools. They've got the DFS optimizer. They've got the correlation tool. Just lots of exciting stuff to help you get that edge when you're making your slips. And some of these plays that they get on the DFS optimizer, especially for like CS2, late at night, you can get these wild plays that definitely get bumped before game time. But we've had some members of our Discord like going on heaters in there lately with that. So if you want to check that out, just use code BACKDOOR, and they'll give you 25% off of your first month. And I think that covers it. You know, definitely check out Chalkboard and Outlier. All of that's in the description of the video if you want to check out any of our partners. And we hope you guys have a good weekend, and we will catch you tonight for some NFL and some NBA.
Good luck, guys.